Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, human beings of all ages, welcome to Vibrations with Vito. I am your host, Vito. This is episode 93. Two of my favorite numbers, the number 3 and the number 9. Let's put them together, 93. Appreciate all the support up until this point. I appreciate you. Refer me. Tell somebody about this show. Thanks. The message of the week is I'd rather have oh-wells than what-ifs. What-ifs suck. They linger. And oh-well is like, it's in the moment. It comes and it goes. I'd rather have those than a what-if. A what-if, it hurts my soul. I don't like the regret stuff, so just have some oh-wells, no what-ifs. My guest this week is freaking awesome. Let's start with that. I haven't seen her in I don't know how long. We're going to get to that. But a good friend of mine, I'd say for sure. Super energetic, super funny. You're going to meet her in a few seconds. The one and only Tori Wilcox.
Hello, Vito. Thanks so much for having me
How are you? How are you?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain.
Good. Nice to see you. You look exactly the same, which is nice.
Thank you. I mean, I have bangs now.
Yeah,
but
okay. Tomato, you know what I mean? But consistency is key. You look good.
Thank you. You as well. Liking the haircut.
Thank you. We were talking about it off camera, but when we first became friends, I had the shortest hair. And looking back on like those memories and that time, I hate how I looked. I wish I let the hair grow, but we're here now. And
you've matured. You've grown into your look.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Before Jesus takes all my hair away, we might as well let it go, Because I'm doomed. My dad's bald. All my uncles are bald.
So it's coming.
It's coming, unfortunately.
So you're taking advantage of it while you got it.
That's right. We're kind of matching.
I know. We got the gray sweats. Yeah. I got my South College PA sweatshirt on.
Is that where?
This is where I go to school. Yes.
Okay.
In Nashville.
In Nashville.
Yes.
What's that like?
It is crazy. If you would have told me that I would have ended up in grad school in Nashville, Tennessee, I would have been like, what? I had never even been there before I went to school there, but I've been there for 2 years now, and I would definitely say it feels more like home than I ever thought it would, but I'm definitely a Philly girl at heart.
Right. Yeah. So, I do see you talk a lot of shit about Nashville, so I like the little,
it feels like home because, like, I like my apartment, I like my friends there, but it is a tourist central city, and I live smack in the middle of it because I didn't know much about Nashville when I moved there, so I just, like, got an apartment, and I ended up getting the most expensive apartment I could have possibly gotten.
Big bucks.
In the middle of, like, all the traffic. Like, I'll be driving home from school and just had a really long day, and then I'm stuck in traffic behind a bachelorette party on a bus going, wow! So, like, those kind of things get annoying, but overall, it's pretty cool.
You see a lot of cowboy hats.
Yes, a lot of cowboy hats, a lot of those white Amazon cowboy boots everybody gets for their trip.
White Amazon
They're
boots.
like the girlies got them, and they all come and they match, and they walk down the street in their little uniforms, their bachelorette party uniforms, and yeah, but the bars are still fun. Like, you got to be ready for Nashville bars, but they are fun. There's no covers, which is nice.
See, that's a blessing.
Yeah, because you can bop down the street to different bars compared to, like, going to the beach and stuff and having to pay $10 a cover for each bar.
It doesn't make any sense, the covers, because, like, who goes there and doesn't spend money?
And doesn't spend money and then wants to stay there all night. Like, it really doesn't let you...
Yeah, branch out.
See what the vibes are other places.
Right. Like, this past Friday was my boy's birthday, and we went out, and the bar there was a $5 cover here, then this one was $10, and I'm like, I could have got a few drinks already with this money. Now I just had to pay to get in. Who's there that I have to pay to get in?
And most of the time, it's not anything that exciting. It's just like they're just pocketing a cover charge because they can.
Yeah, they play the same music over and over. Honestly, the music where I was at, it was really good, and I was dancing. And if I can dance, I'm all right.
That's why I kind of like the vibe of some of the Nashville bars, because it is, like, really dancey and stuff without being like a club, because I'm definitely not a club person.
Not
but
anymore.
I can break it
Not anymore.
But I can break it down on the dance floor, so, I enjoy a good song.
Do they give a good mix, or is it all country?
Oh, yeah, and it depends on where you go. Like, a lot of the bars have multiple floors, and, like, they'll have a band... Nice. To, like, get you in, and that's more country music, stuff like that. Then you go upstairs, and there could be, like, a DJ playing, like, regular like house music kind of thing. I know like specifically there's a bar called Tin Roof, and you go in and there's two different sides, the country side and the DJ side.
Ooh.
And the DJ side's a lot more like
For sure.
house music,
Yeah,
rap,
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing.
Good.
So it definitely is not all country,
Okay.
but a lot.
I don't know if Nashville or Tennessee in general is on the itinerary for me.
I don't blame you, honestly. It really wasn't for me. It was, I put my applications in for school. I met the requirements for this school. They called me when I was in Jamaica and was like, hey, you want to come to school? I said, yes, please. And then I moved to Nashville like a month later.
That's amazing. We're going to get to your journey in a little bit. We're going to open this wine because
Heck
I'm a little
yeah.
parched. You requested white.
I did.
I got Pinot Grigio, which is my favorite.
Love it.
This brand, my parents love it, so I kind of want to shout it out. It's called Santa Margarita. And maybe they want to work with me, and I will only drink this wine, you know?
Forever and ever.
That's it. So we'll see. Let me open it. Before that, shout out to La Duca Pizza, the best pizza in New York, period. Sponsors of the show. They gifted me this electric bottle opener. They're the best. 718-859-1501. Simply the best. Word to, damn it, what's her name? Is it Tina Turner? No. Yeah. Simply the best. Right? Better than all. Oh my God, I hope it's Tina Turner.
I hope so too, because I don't know.
How do you not know?
I don't even know what you're singing.
Simply the best? Oh, damn.
I'm outing myself here.
And you're older than me as
I know.
well.
Shut up.
Anyway,
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
anyway
However old you are, I am.
14 Newkirk Plaza, Brooklyn, New York, 11226. Shout out to everybody over there.
That's a nice bottle opener.
Right? You ready? Done. Cork's gone. Cork's in there.
Like, no effort,
Nope,
no
nothing.
strong arming it, nothing.
No, you just gotta hold it still, you know? And it doesn't take a lot of force. Folks, put your volume up. Time for the pour.
Sounds so good.
It really does. That shit
Thank
makes
you.
me smile every time.
It sounds even cooler in my headphones.
That's right. That's right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Shout out to you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Ooh, that's good.
It is good. Nice and refreshing. Do you like cold wine? Room temperature wine, or what do you like?
Honestly, it depends. I like a good Sauvignon Blanc, like really cold.
Sauvignon Blanc.
But like this tastes really good, like
Good.
at this temperature. It's
Yeah.
nice and sweet, and like
Yeah.
you can taste it more. It's not so cold, like just going right back.
So I put it in the fridge for about 15 minutes before you got here, because normally it's just, I like room temperature, but I was like, I don't know if she will.
It has like a little like chill
Yeah,
to it, but
yeah.
I think it's like a perfect temperature actually.
Yes. Okay.
But my mom puts ice cubes in red wine, so like I have not learned from wine connoisseurs
Fair,
how
fair.
to take my wine. So
Fair.
it's like, if you're telling me that, hey, these wines taste better at room temperature, I'm
Yeah.
certainly willing to give it a
Right.
try.
You do wine tasting ever?
I
No.
feel like I have, but I can't remember. I've done a moonshine tasting, which was awful.
Ooh. How drunk were you after?
Not that drunk because I couldn't eat. I could barely sip it. It tastes so bad. It was Old Smoky moonshine, and
Ugh.
it's great for some people. Some people enjoy it. I'm not one of those people.
It's not the 1700s anymore. Let's
no,
put that
yeah.
in the, you
But
know.
I would definitely enjoy a wine tasting, I feel like. Because, like I said, I don't know a lot about them, but I would like to. I'd like to be one of those, like, fancy people with, like, a
Right.
wine cooler and stuff.
Swirl it
Yeah.
around.
Smell it.
See,
be
like,
able
I
to
don't
tell
do
you
that
what's in
shit.
there.
I really don't. I'll be like, you want me to taste it? All right. It's good, yeah. Like,
good, I
I
like
don't
it.
need to swoosh it around, but whatever. Anyway. Okay, you are a nurse, correct? Are you already a registered nurse?
No, I'm actually in PA school.
And
Shout
what
out
is-
to nurses,
Go
because
ahead.
it's just nurses week.
Yeah, shout out to everyone. All of
But
them.
I am actually in physician assistant school.
Damn.
So I will be, like, similar to a nurse practitioner when I
Okay.
graduate in December.
Okay, all right. And when did you know that you wanted to go down that path?
I've always wanted to go into medicine, like from the time I was at Carmel Egan.
Tower of Strength, baby!
Yes, Tower of Strength. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yes, Carmel Egan Tower of Strength. But like I was always into sciences, always into like anatomy, biology, stuff like that, and came from a family of people that help people. So I always felt like I'd be in a service role somehow. Like, I could never picture myself in business or, like, anything like that. And then it's sort of just, I was like, yeah, I'll do medicine. That sounds cool. And I kind of just stuck with it.
How challenging is the school part of it? 1 to 10.
Like a 9. Like, it is.
I believe it.
It is tough. I study so much, and I didn't realize how much free time you have to actually spend studying and reading.
Yeah.
And I love to read, but I like to read like mystery novels and like fun things. I don't like to read boring research papers and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've survived the school part. I'm now out on clinical rotations. That's what brings me back to this area. I'm working with some old coworkers, so
Nice.
I'm enjoying that. And it's nice to be back home because I want to move home
Yeah.
in December. Thank God.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. I had you in my mind to do the pod for quite some time. Mind time. Anyway.
Thank you.
No.
I was nervous that I wouldn't be an exciting enough guest,
Yeah,
but
you're
I feel like I can handle it.
Yeah, you're crazy. But and then I saw you tweet something about that you were back home, so I was like, oh, maybe this is a good opportunity to ask her. And then here we are. So.
Yes.
Shout out to clinical. What did you say?
Clinical rotations.
Rotations.
Yes.
Shout out to
It's because
them.
I'm going somewhere different every
Yeah.
6 weeks, so it's sort of like.
Where's the next stop? Do you know?
Next stop is actually at a cardiologist office out of Lower Bucks Hospital.
Okay.
My dad's cardiologist, actually.
That's actually kind of nice.
Yes.
Good. Speaking of your dad, I met
gosh.
him. Hold on. I met your dad when I was like maybe 9. He was I guess, their officer. He was a police officer for a very long time.
Yeah, he was the chief in Falls Township.
That's incredible. How many years do you know?
He was a police officer for 48 years, all at Falls Township, too. Like, he
Wow.
started when he was 21 and then
Loyal.
retired 2020. So I guess
loves
he was
this area.
70. Yes, he is. He's from Pendel. He calls it
Okay.
Soul City. Like,
Soul
he
City.
is Bucks County through and through. I'm going to show him this podcast. He's going to be like, oh, Tori, no.
Shout out to you, Mr. Wilcox. You're the best. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, but he was with Falls all 48 years. I think he was chief for like at least 10, if not more. But yeah, and then COVID and everything, and he retired around COVID. So
Good. I'm glad is able to enjoy his retirement. He deserves
is
it,
for
you know?
sure. He's coaching softball at Pennsbury and just got his hip replaced. He's killing the game.
Speedy recovery. So yeah, I met him when I was 9, because that's when we had Dare, when you were in 3rd grade. Actually, no, I'm crazy. I was definitely 5th grade, and I was 11, because I remember I was in one of my favorite teachers' classes. But yeah, he came, and Dare was like a thing. Like, I was like, I'm never gonna do this. I'm never gonna do that. And I don't even know if Dare is still a thing anymore.
I don't even know if they still have the DARE program.
Because there's like 9-year-olds that are rolling up weed and smoking it. I'm like, when I was playing Manhunt until I was like 15.
Right? I would honestly, if we could get a big enough group of people, I'd be down for some manhunt. Are
But
you
the
kidding?
thing is, they'd call the police and say, there's this grown man hiding in the
my
bushes.
backyard. Somebody would get shot in
Yeah.
2024 doing that stuff.
Absolutely. So
It's
maybe,
so funny because we really were going through people's backyards, hopping fences.
and
Like,
they would never call the police.
yeah, they were just
and,
like, oh, these kids.
yeah, and if they did, it'd be like a cop would be like, go home.
Yeah.
I'd be like, so, I'm 12. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know.
I am 12.
I am 12. I don't know if there's still a thing. I hope it is, because these kids need something to look up to.
I feel like they'd have to revamp it, though, for like this day and age.
Yeah, I don't know what that would
Yeah.
entail. Anyway, yeah. So best of luck with P&A school. So at the end of the day, do you have to like take a?
Yeah, so I'll graduate
one
in
exam.
December. I take a big exam in January or whenever I like sign up for it. And then I get my license and get a job and hopefully get to help people and make money and pay all my loans back.
Yeah, those are. Would you say they're hefty?
They are
Hefty.
hefty.
Oh.
Joe Biden, if you want to help me out with those, I wouldn't mind. Or whoever wants to help me out with those, also wouldn't mind.
Right. She don't care. Just get rid of the loans and you got her vote. I hear you.
Honestly, because I am all on loans right now. So I get 6 months to like get a job and figure it out. And then I just got to start paying them back. So
Best of luck.
thank you.
All
I'm
right.
going to need it.
I know you could do it. I know you're going to pass that test.
I hope
and
so.
you're gonna go from there. I did a little research on you as best as I could. You made the president's list or something, right?
Yes, I did.
You are the shit. That's what I'm hearing.
I've been doing good on my rotations. Yes.
Good, great.
Thank you.
That's incredible. So
I was really excited about that.
keep working.
The school year was tough, so I'm excited to be because we have to take like an exam after each rotation and stuff. So I feel like I'm killing the game right now.
I think so. You are. I think you are as well.
Thank you.
Speaking of lists, I want to shout out my boy Isaiah in Seattle. He made the dean's list at the University of Washington.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. From where he started and he was feeling like if you're going back to school to where he is now, you're the man. Keep doing your thing. Keep your head up.
I love that, like, friends supporting friends, too. Like,
yeah,
being
hell
excited
yeah.
for your homies.
You want to hear the best part? I've never met him. Never met him.
It sounds like me and, like, some of my Twitter friends, like, before we actually meet in real life.
I met him on Twitter.
Exactly.
That's
a real friend, though.
Real shit. Like, his mom knows me. It's like literally, he's the best. We FaceTime. Don't think it's like I'm getting catfished or anything. It's a real dude. His name's Isaiah. He's the best. How we bonded was DMX, because he was at the time. I think I was maybe 20 or 21, and he was maybe 27, and he was like, "You have no business knowing who DMX is." And I was like, "You're right," because when his first album dropped, I was 6 months old. And
but like when I think of you,
right.
I think of DMX.
That's right.
Like,
R.I.P. to the dog. I love that. I love that people really associate me with
like
him.
when he passed away, I was like, poor Vito.
Yeah, that was tough. But literally, it was like I lost a family member because people were texting me like, "I'm so sorry for your loss," and I was like, "Dude, it's hard enough already. Now I don't need to read these messages." Anyway, but yeah, that's how we
people
bonded.
texted me when Panic at the Disco broke up, like as a band. They were like, "I'm really sorry for you," and I'm like, "Thank you, I appreciate that."
When did they break up?
I think it was like last year because I saw them when I first got to Nashville on like their last tour, and then
That's
they announced
nice.
like 2 weeks later that they were breaking up. Which honestly, like maybe for the best. Didn't really like the last album, but they gave me a lot of good memories growing up.
Yeah, they did. That one song will closing the GD door. What is it called?
I write sins, not tragedies.
I write sins, not tragedies. That song will last my lifetime.
For sure.
And anytime it's played, I sing my heart out. I love that. So shout out to them. I'm sure they have a few more that I probably know, but that one, that's going to stay here.
That's what got me too when I was 11. I made my brother take me to my first Panic at the Disco concert.
So I didn't know you had a brother. I know your younger sister. She also went to Egan. Mm-hmm. He's older, or
yeah, he's older.
Okay.
He's I have a half brother and a half sister older, but like
Okay.
I consider them
Right,
my
of
brother
course,
and
of
sister.
course.
But they're definitely older. My sister, I think, is 43. No, she's even older than that because I think my brother just turned 43.
I'm sure they're gonna appreciate you telling
Yeah.
their age. But they'll be all right.
They're older than me, and then my sister is 20. Younger sister's 24.
Yeah. I saw her not too long ago. I was just at a bar and she was on a date, which was nice. I think she has a boyfriend now. Yeah, so it was that guy. But I was just like, hey. She's like, hey. And that was it. But that was maybe a few months ago. I don't go to the bar. I don't like going out. So I only go out on special occasions.
I'm the same way.
My social battery these days, so low.
I refill my cup by myself. Like, I enjoy spending time with people and seeing my friends. And, like, it's been really cool being home and everybody being like, hey, let's hang out. Hey, let's do something. But I'm like, oh, my gosh, I want to sit and do nothing for a few minutes. Like, goodness.
My social battery charges like a Tesla. You got to put it in for, like, 7 hours, and it's got to refill. But, yeah. I want to talk about we're talking about work. So I just started a new job.
Awesome. Where at?
It is at a podiatry office in Yardley. They're all over the place, but my location is Yardley, thank God, because I don't want to go to Philly every day. I did all my training in Philly, and they would see like 100 patients a day. Where I'm at now, like yesterday we saw 26, today we saw 48. So good, much I can handle that. I handled the 100, but I don't want to do that every day.
Yeah.
So
you can do it, but do you want to?
Yeah, no. Okay, so I applied for the front desk / receptionist just because I was like, went some time without working. I left the nursing home I was at before I went to Italy, and I was trying to find a job. Obviously, just people weren't hiring.
But like, sometimes you just need to take some time and figure it out.
The
like,
time
you don't
was great.
Jump into the next thing and not be the right thing. And
yeah. So I was just like, they would take my applications and they would say like, oh, you need experience. Oh, go fuck yourself, all that kind of shit. So and then I did get Okay, let me backtrack for a second. So I did have a job, and I was at a blood and donation center. Again, thinking I was going to be the front, like taking care of people, using my vocal cords and my personality. Let's get this situated.
Welcoming them in.
Okay, right. I got the job. I did my training on the computer. First day, you know what they're having me do? Phlebotomy.
Which is wild. I was a phlebotomist actually at LabCorp before I got into school. So the fact that I'm picturing you.
Yo, no. And I said, wait a minute. The lady who's training me, and I go, wait a minute. Like, this is going to be me? She goes, yeah. I was like, sticking people? She's like, yeah. And I was like, do you know I have no prior experience doing this? She's like, yeah. And I'm just, like, confused. Wow. I didn't get drug tested. Not that I'd fail a drug test, but I was like, what? I could be a junkie.
Yeah, like this is
no prior experience.
Flag.
Too many red flags. I got out of there so quick. They paid me for 3 days, which was great. Thank you. Hit my bank account. Appreciate that. Got out of there.
Legit.
Okay.
At least that was legit.
Yeah, for sure. They paid people. So then I just started at this place, and again, I applied for front desk. First day. I'm training as a medical assistant. So then I'm like, all right, maybe they just want me to see what goes on inside the offices or in the rooms. I'm like, okay. First thing I see,
picture.
It's 9:07 a.m. First thing I see is the lady I'm shadowing for the day takes out 64 staples out of this gentleman's foot. He doesn't speak any English, so every time she takes a staple, he's going, I, because he's in pain. And I'm like, she is cool. She's not stopping, saying, "Are you okay?" She's going in there and she's just ripping him out. And he's not bleeding, like the wound healed, but he's in pain, obviously.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good getting them.
I'm sure.
They got very comfortable in there, and now they're just getting yanked out.
Next guy comes in. He just got surgery. It's a post-op appointment. He's got 2 toes. They took off 3. He's got a wound that is like the Grand Canyon. And I'm over top, and I'm looking, and I'm pretending like I'm like enjoying what I'm seeing. I have the mask on, and behind the mask, this is this face. I'm like, oh.
The masks are key going into some patient encounters because I'm similar to you. It's hard to control your face sometimes when you see some gnarly stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes you smell some gnarly stuff
especially
too.
feet.
Well, feet, but like some of these wounds also smell. So it's like
skin.
The mask is key because you can.
And what's good? Are your glasses real or are they for show?
They're real.
Okay, great.
I can't see.
Me neither. But so that helps as well. Yes. Just in case I got like these little protectors off my
Some toenail goes flying or something. God.
Okay, so this is 2 days of that. The second day I was like kind of like, all right, maybe they just want me to see. That third day, it was a Wednesday. They're still training me to do this.
You haven't answered a phone or
nothing. I put my foot, the doctor comes up, the main doctor, she has all the practices, there's like 7 locations. She goes, so how are you liking it? And I was like, I'm not. And she goes, what do you mean? And I was like, you hired me for front desk, correct? She goes, yeah, but we thought you'd be better as a medical assistant. And I said, why did you think that? Which I really think they needed medical assistants. So, and then they were just like, let's give it to Vito. Boom. I go, no, that's not me. So already before we had this conversation, I was like, today's going to be my last day. I'm just not coming back. This was at the Yardley office. So they're like, oh, this is where you're going to be, blah, blah, blah. Get comfortable. Beautiful in the Yardley office. As soon as I say this, she goes, you know what? We need a full-time front desk in Yardley. And I was like, well, would you look at that? So I was like, so that's it? Great, no more seeing people's open wounds. She was like, no, we're gonna. So and then I trained with the girl who was filling in that day for front desk. Boom, I started the front desk shit. I got it already. That shit is easy. I don't have to see any blood, any
missing toes,
dead skin, none of that shit. I don't have to see it anymore. It is a lot of work because a lot goes into it, but I can handle it. I'm busy all day long, which I like. And I don't have to see shit, and I'm getting paid. So at the end of the day, I am happy.
What a journey.
Oh, my God. I literally, that last day on Wednesday, I was like, I'm going to have to look for a job again. Like, this is fucking stupid.
And, like, of all offices, too, it's not like you were just in, like, a regular family practice bringing people back for physicals. No, like, you got toes and feet.
Oh, my God. My God. That same day where I told, are you empty? Oh, okay.
Oh, almost.
That same day, I had to translate for someone in Italian. And then I found that I knew her. So I was like, oh, great. So now she's texting me, like, what do I do? What do I do? She doesn't speak any English. And she came by herself. I was like, where's your husband who speaks English? Where's your mother-in-law who speaks English? None of that. They just... And
dropped her off.
She would... I can't... HIPAA, obviously. But she was considering an IV to go to sleep for a procedure that will take 5 minutes. So I had to, like, translate that to her, like, she's just going to put some numbing cream and you're going to be fine. And she was like, oh, I trust... You know, she's saying it in town. She's like, I trust you. I was like, yeah, good. Good. She called me, like, 3 times that same day about what she has to do, how long she has to put her feet in the water, blah, blah, blah. Moral of the story, I'm in a good spot right now, which I like.
That's awesome. And I like that you were able to be there for that patient, though, because I saw a lot of that on my last rotation. We had a lot of Spanish-speaking people.
Yeah.
And the nurse was bilingual. So instead of using, like, translation services, like, on a phone, really impersonal,
right,
she was able to sort of, like, develop a little bit of relationship with the patients and the families. And I feel like it really sort of bridged that gap, because there is a lot of gaps in care with, like, and barriers with language and stuff. But it was nice to see that is able to sort of be...
Shout out to all the people that can just speak another language.
It's
like,
insane. Yeah. I don't know how people are bilingual. I wish that I would have stuck with Spanish, like with Mr. Harkins at Connelly again, because I know sign language. Well, not enough to, like, be an interpreter or anything, but, like, enough that I could
that's pretty
probably
cool,
get by.
That's pretty cool, though.
But it's like Spanish probably would have been a little more helpful in the field that I'm in.
There's 2 things I know, 3 things I know in sign language. Number 1, this is R. DMX taught me that. This is home, right? Home, right? Something like that. I learned that from Planet of the Apes. Caesar, home. Anyway, and more. My nephew taught me that. More.
That's baby sign language.
More, yeah,
milk.
More. Yes.
More milk.
That's it. That's all I know. And then when I see people, like, do speeches and there's that random lady that's like next to them, I'm like, is she even is she translating, or is she just doing the percolator?
Well, it's so crazy how, like, people, like, remember that one, I think it was, like, translating, like, Obama's speech or something, wasn't even a real interpreter.
That's what I mean.
They really were out there just, like, voguing and stuff, like, making a mockery out of it.
But hey, she probably got a check, though, if it was a woman. Yeah, so power to her. You know, more power to you. I hope you're doing the same thing somewhere else. She definitely got, she's not, excuse me. I thought I did give you a refill.
Now you're good.
My apologies.
You had checked, and I was not low yet, but
we're good.
We are now.
We're putting a dent in this bottle, which is good. This is what we usually do here. Okay.
Wine's flowing. We're feeling good.
I feel great. It is nice to see you, though. When I was a freshman, you were a senior. That's kind of like when, I don't even know how we...
You're making me sound like a predator.
Yeah, the people that are listening, they might think you were, like, grooming me or something.
I know.
Never was that. You would literally just pick me up and we would drive around.
And just, like...
And talk. Like, I was your therapist and you were my therapist. That was it. I feel like we hung out when I was a sophomore as well, a little bit, and then you went away. Where did you go to college?
Temple. But I was coming home a lot freshman year and stuff, but, like, I definitely stayed in the city more as time went on.
But yeah, we would just, like, I kind of got you into old school hip hop a little bit.
Yeah. I think we became friends through, like, Spirit Night.
Yes, for sure.
Because we were both captains that year.
Yep. You know, gang shit. But that was a great time. And then the cabin sleepover, you went to that, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was the time of my life.
I still tell people that story. Like, I got 10 minutes of sleep, went to school that day. We had the talent show that morning. And Mr. Fermani was looking at us like, what is wrong with you people? I'm pretty sure I was still feeling good from the night before.
Oh, my goodness. I'll never.
Good times.
Yeah, that was dumb. Like, looking back on it,
who let us do that?
We would party. That was the key. Was finding someone's parents who didn't care about their kid. That was the key. And then if that was the case, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, bring all your friends on a school night to get hammered until the morning, and then go to school." Sure.
And then do Spirit Night that night. Like, I am so tired from minimal activity now. How we did Spirit Night, like, 3 nights in a row, like, so energetic, so into it.
Yeah, that was passion, for
really
sure.
Was.
Yeah, like, especially, we were captains, you know, so, like, there was a lot of pressure on us. We had the
captain's dance.
Oh,
it was intense.
Yeah. No, I had a great time every year.
my friends and I did a PowerPoint like party. We had a mountain weekend last year, and everybody did like their lore as their PowerPoint. And instead of making a PowerPoint, I just got up there and I said, guys, you're going to watch this YouTube video. And I made everyone watch the captain's dance and then my storm dance.
From your senior year?
Yeah, from my senior year spirit night, because it's still on YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm just like sitting there watching like a proud mom, watching myself like as everyone else is watching it, but everyone really enjoyed it.
That's good.
Not all schools have spirit night like
and
we
if
did.
they do, it was more sports based with a sprinkle of dances that they would practice for like 2 weeks
in gym class and stuff. Like it wasn't intense. Like we were there 2 nights a week after school, after sports.
Yeah, my grade, like the especially boys, like it was really tough to be like, listen, stop fucking around right now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, you know, no, for real.
Run the route again.
My junior year dance, though, people were like, this shit is, I like what you're doing here. Everybody was locked in. My junior year dance, Power Rangers.
Yeah, freshmen and sophomores were always a little bit of a mess, a little
Nervous?
bit trying to figure it out, not
Yeah.
really sure how much they wanted to lean into it. Because, like, for some reason at our school, like, the cool people did spirit night. It wasn't dorky to do. It was fun.
Yeah, no, not at
so
all.
once people sort of were like, okay, like this is cool, I can do it, and then you get to like junior and senior year and you really put on a show.
Yeah. The older I get, the more I realize there was no weird, or what did you just say?
Cool.
Cool.
That's what
Yeah,
I mean.
there
like,
was
it
no
wasn't
cool kids. It was
we
just
didn't
like,
have enough kids.
Yeah, for
especially
sure.
'cause my year it almost closed. Like we had
Yeah.
barely. I think I graduated with 160 something.
See, when I graduated, I think there was like 139.
Yeah, because your class was like low, and then it sort of has skyrocketed
It's
back
a
up
private.
again.
It's like a charter school now. Like,
it's
honestly,
intense.
Yeah, it's.
I
Like,
just drove by it coming here. I was like, wow.
I didn't mean to say charter. Charter's a whole different. Like it's like a private school. Yeah.
But it's like
prep school is what I wanted to say. Prep. I couldn't find the word. The wine is talking. But they definitely have so much money now, and it pissed me off because they got all that as soon as I left. So like, oh, let's build a turf field. Like we were playing soccer on dirt, like
literally
hills. This shit was rough. But yeah, shout out to them because they got money now. I don't know if you know, but I had Mr. Papirio on here. Did you see that by any chance?
No, I didn't. That's so cool.
He's the best.
He's the man.
He really was. I went to his house because he lives in the neighborhood, and knocked on the door, and I was like, I'm here to see. I would like to see Mr. Papirio. And they're like, which one? And I was like, the oldest one. The oldest one. Then he came out. He remembered me right away.
He was always so good at like remembering us and like saying hi after school and stuff. Like he really cared.
Right. And that's we need more people like that in general. Like people that care.
And the best was I never even had him as a teacher. Like I was never in his class, but he knew exactly who I was. Like would always say hi to me. Yeah, I'd come to stuff for my sister like later, and he'd always say hi.
I feel like you were on like student council or something. I remember you with like a white shirt or something.
Yes, I got to wear a white shirt all 4 years at Collegian, which made me special. No, because I was the homeroom rep because nobody else would do it my freshman year, and then I just stuck with student council.
Yeah, you're goated. That's all.
I loved student council.
Shout out to you.
We made that video my senior year. We did a video on the morning news to It's Always a Good Time, or I guess it's called Good Time, with Carly Rae Jepsen and Owl City. Like,
There you go.
And we did it and we recorded it, and it was like us in the school, and it was so fun. I miss it.
Yeah,
I'm so old now.
I feel washed. My back hurts almost every day. It's crazy. Like I know
my joints were hurting in the rain the other day. I was like, what is this?
I bent down to like click the off stuff on the laptop. You heard me go, ugh, like my knees hurt. It's tough out here. I wish I was I low-key wish I was a teenager these days, but I don't because
it seems like a lot more stressful.
Sucks. I think shit's stressful enough for us, but I mean, I just think they don't have proper role models. They don't have like
they have like so much to like
up. They all just want to get fucked up all day long.
Yeah, they don't have like a sense of
structure. Yeah, stuff like that. You know, we're talking
I thrive on structure, man. Like I
sound like boomers right now, you and me.
Kids these days.
Right, get off my lawn. All that kind of shit. I want to talk about this. Let's transition. So you're kind of like famous on Twitter. I want to say that.
I don't think so.
I think so. Shout your Twitter out real quick because she's a good follow, folks. So if you do have Twitter, type this in the search bar.
I can't believe I'm saying this because I try and tell, like I like to say my Twitter life. It's TDubbz holla. Because
no,
I used
funny.
to joke that my nickname was TDubbz, holla at your girl.
Yeah.
And that's a really long nickname, and I couldn't make that my whole username, so it's just TDubbz, holla.
I love it.
I've made a lot of friends on Twitter. Love Twitter. Shout out to my Twitter friends.
Yes.
They're real friends. I've met them in real life.
That's great. That's great.
But we mostly like are a group for like tailgating and stuff. Like we get together for all the different sports. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I enjoy Twitter for sure.
Hey, you got a lot of buzz on like random tweets. You'll like tweet like today. You know, I'm gonna read a tweet that you because I screenshot it because it was hilarious, made me laugh. But then you get like buzz
I don't
on
even
it.
know what I tweeted. I just be thinking. And
Here we go. You ready? You ready? This is a direct quote from TDubbz Holla. And that's Dubs with a Z, by the way. It says, finally got my act together and scheduled a mani/pedi, drove to the wrong salon and missed my appointment.
I did, but shout out to me, called somewhere else, got my nails done.
Yeah, they look good. They look good.
Thank you. Barbie pink.
You don't do any crazy shit
I have not had my nails done in like a year just with school and everything, and I couldn't have them too long because of like everything I'm doing. And no, I don't even know what to ask for to get all the crazy stuff that people get. They get gems, they get stuff that's like reflective on it.
Yeah, coffin. Like I learned that today.
These are almond shaped apparently. But my fingers kind of just look normal. I don't know.
No, you look good. It's a little Barbie pink going on.
They just look clean.
Is pink one of your favorite colors?
No, my favorite color is green.
Okay.
But I was really in the mood for some like Barbie pink.
All right. Well, there you go. Mission accomplished. But you're hilarious. Your tweets do make me laugh.
I do be tweeting.
You do be tweeting. This is I wanted to read this though. Again, folks, this is not my words. These are TDubbz words, not mine. This is in your bio. Dumb, smart bitch.
And it's because I am dumb smart. Like, so smart, you can't even deal with it. But then it used to be, actually, it was dumb smart or smart dumb bitch. It's like, which one? I am both.
You're so funny. See, this is why we became friends, because you're outgoing, I'm outgoing. You don't care too much about what people... Do you care about what people think about you?
I think I do, like, how everyone does, but I really like to think that I like what I like.
You know who you are. And, yeah, okay. So, like me, nowadays, I tend to care a little more.
Interesting.
Back in the day, I didn't give a shit. I was like, I know who I am. People who like me, I know who they are. People who don't, I don't care. Now I tend to be like, ooh, when I leave a room, I'm like, ooh, what are they going to say anything about me? If they are, what are they going to say about me? I need to get over that. I need to grow a little bit in that sense, but we're working. I'm young.
I feel like it's natural to wonder, though, like, and want to know how...
Wonder and caring, maybe two different things.
Maybe.
Okay.
But I feel like you're especially because you're trying to put yourself out there and, like, as a, like, professional, as a person, and you want that to translate, you want people to see what you're putting out there.
Yeah. So, and then, like, again, like, when we would hang out, it was, like, kind of no holds barred. Like, if you had something to say, you would just say it. If I had something to say, I would just say it. And we had a lot of fun, just a lot of laughs. And that was a time I missed because it was carefree shit.
Right? It was so chill. Like, we had, like, very little responsibilities.
Yeah,
like, we literally could just drive around. And
you had that little
Chevy
white
Cruze,
Chevy Cruze.
my first car.
Yeah. That was, the times were so simple. And we would just go, you would park, we'd get out of the car, and we would just sit on, like, a curb.
Yeah, and just, like, bullshit.
That was it, and talk.
talk.
You know what I'll never forget, ever. There was there was like 4 bars of a song, and it was let's see if you can finish it. We ain't buddies, we ain't partners, and we damn sure ain't friends. Do you remember that? You were talking/dating to this guy, and he kind of did you dirty, and you were really pissed. And I was like, ooh, I got a song for you to get your anger out. So I put a little 50 Cent. I'm trying to think of
so remember this now. What is that song called?
I'm trying to think of the song. Scream murder. I don't believe you. Murder. What is the name of the song? Fuck around and leave you. Oh, Your Life's on the Line. That's what it's called.
Yes!
Your Life's on the Line. Off the Get Rich or Die Trying album.
Oh my gosh. It is so funny. I remember
one of the best albums of all time, rap albums, I should say. But yeah, and then I remember you.
That really stuck with me. We damn sure ain't friends.
That's right. Like, we can't be acquaintances. Nothing. You're dead to me. And now that Fruit Loop lives in Florida, by the way.
Oh, I was wondering which Fruit Loop we were talking about, honestly.
Oh.
But because I had a boyfriend junior year, towards the end of junior year, and then I got ditched for the senior prom and needed to take a sophomore to the senior prom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that who you took?
Yeah.
Oh, the Fruit Loop.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't like me. Oh. And I think I remember that clearly. Like, he said something.
I don't think he's a big fan of mine anymore either.
Who gives a fuck? I don't care.
He's doing well, though. I mean, no hard feelings.
I never want to see anybody do bad. I think he's doing well. But
I think he's, like, popular on TikTok or something.
God bless him. We're giving too many hints now. God bless. God bless. I hope you're doing great. Anyway, back to Twitter. You're just. I need you to. You're gonna have to promote a clip from here on Twitter. So your Twitter friends, I would appreciate that.
Well, I already set the tone. I posted. I was like, nobody asked for this, but I'm going on my friend's podcast.
See, I didn't see that. I was doing the prep here, but that's great. I hope they tune in, and if they subscribe to the YouTube, that would be appreciated. Because I need to get to a certain number before every video on YouTube starts making money. That's the goal. I would like that to happen. So, yeah, facts. You see you see this beautiful face. Go ahead and subscribe because she's a guest. She supports me. I support her.
Always.
But maybe in the future when you're a graduate, we can come back and we can talk about that. But yeah, I feel good. I feel great right now. What I really want to double down on is that you are like rare breed in the sense that you're a woman who truly cares about sports. Like, you love sports. You want to check the score. You want to see what how many points Joel Embiid had on how many shots, which I like. So when did the love for sports happen, and when were you like, I love sports?
So I've always grown up, like, my whole family has always been into sports. My dad's had Eagles season tickets since the 70s.
Still to this day? Mm-hmm. Oh, they're probably so expensive now, but God bless him. God bless.
He complains the price goes up every year.
Especially because now we're, like, perennial Super Bowl contender.
Decent team.
Yeah, for sure.
But, like, we've always had sports on at home. My dad's a big Phillies fan, too. And just to, like, bond with my brother and my dad.
I think they're playing right now. Let's check the score.
I think so, actually. I think they're playing the Mets.
The Mets, yeah. Let's see. Go ahead. Do you bond with your brother? Oh, we're losing 2-0. Top of the fourth. Fuck the Mets.
But yeah, fuck the Mets. But yeah, I really, like, wanted to bond with my brother, bond with my dad. But my mom's really into sports, too. Like, we'd always go to her friend's house for Eagles games and, like, make food and stuff like that. Like, there's just, like, a lot of memories surrounding it. But as I got older, especially going to school at Temple, being able to just hop on the subway when my dad was like, hey, so-and-so's not coming to the game today. You want this ticket? I'd get on the subway, go down the Broad Street line, and I'd be there. And then I'd be back home and studying in a couple hours. But once I don't know. It's funny, too. Being on Sixers Twitter got me really into the Sixers because I thought their social media and stuff was just really funny. Yeah. And then I started, like, following people that would talk about them. And I honestly got a lot more into the Sixers specifically, like you said, like, points, how they're doing, things like that. But I think my biggest fandom is the Eagles. Okay. And once I started going to games, like, in person, my first one was the Snow Bowl, actually, when LaShawn McCoy went crazy.
Wow, against the
Lions.
I knew some
But yeah,
blue.
So for that to be, like, my first NFL game ever, like, that was pretty cool. But ever since then, it's just been a lot more. I make my schedule around it. Like, I plan for these things in advance. Like,
That's
I enjoy surrounding my life around sports, especially Philly sports.
Will you accompany your father in a game this year?
Yes, hopefully he is gonna. He didn't go to a lot of games last year because his hip was so bad before he got it replaced. Because our seats are like 6 rows from the top.
It don't matter.
You get a really good view up there, though.
Sure.
Like, you can see everything, and you get lots of crazy people, and it's a really good time. But he's definitely hoping to be healed up and go again this year. So hopefully. Good. I'll be in St. Louis for a rotation at the beginning of the season, but I lucked out with this schedule that they just released because there's only a couple home games while I'm away. Everybody else is really upset about it. I'm kind of like,
Yeah, I saw something that we have, like, What is it, like 3 or something?
Technically, the game in Brazil is home.
That's so stupid, by the way.
I don't know how
Brazilians like football, but soccer football. They don't. Do they fucking care about American football?
I don't even know, but I wouldn't even care as much if it wasn't a home game for us because it just.
Yeah, I agree.
A missed opportunity at the link.
They shouldn't have called it a home game. It should be a neutral.
Yeah, like
game.
it should be a neutral. Like
we're in a whole nother continent, but I hear you. Okay.
Yeah, and then they only other than that, they only play 2 games at the link before November.
Ooh. Okay, so I could see why people are a little upset.
Obviously, better tailgating weather. I'm really excited because there's like 2 home games the weekend once I graduate and I'm home. I'm like, heck yeah, let's go.
Great.
So I'll hopefully definitely get into a couple.
Good. So, real quick prediction. What do you think? What do you think the Birds are going to do in the upcoming season? Because we did make a lot of changes, a lot of moves in the off season. Jason Kelsey, unfortunately, retired, which that's going to be a big hole to cover.
It really is. I don't know if we're, ready, but I don't know if we, the fans, are ready.
Oh, we're
not. It's emotional, though, not so much. Did you see the schedule release video, by the way, of all the emotional Eagles fans?
I did not. No.
You got to check it out. It's like they get psych evals.
That's funny.
But I do think with bringing Saquon in and things like that,
a good draft. A real good
great
draft.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean.
DeJean. Yeah, DeJean. Yeah. I thought you said DeJean, and I was going to say DeJean, but my brain switched it. Yeah, that was a good pick.
So, I think I think we're going to do well.
I don't know.
I think a week 5 bye is a little early.
That is early.
But I don't know. I'm always optimistic.
Yeah?
I find it hard to go into it not thinking we're going to win it all. I know it's blind optimism sometimes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I don't know all the details of, like, the stats and stuff like that. I got studying to do.
Yeah, for sure. You lead with love and your passion.
It is all emotional based decisions.
That's part of being a fan. I will say there's a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts this year. I do think he's ready for that. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Eagles. Obviously, I'm a Eagles fan, so I think we're gonna win the division. I think we could finish first in the NFC. These are coulds. What's gonna happen? I don't know, but I think there's a ton of pressure on Jalen this year, especially because the offense is loaded with weapons.
Yeah, it's like there's no excuse at this point if you can't perform.
And I think we're prepared to our defense is gonna give up a lot of points. We just need to score more, so that and that's the way the NFL works. They always say defense wins championships. Not in this era. It's just who can score 40. And go from there. You just need 3 stops a game.
Yeah.
And in the Super Bowl when we lost, we didn't get any. That's why we lost. We didn't get any. Oh my god. I
came home for 24 hours for that. Literally flew home that day to watch with my family.
Wow.
Because I was at Temple for the Super Bowl win in 2018 for the 2017 season though. So I stormed Broad Street, did the whole 9 with my friends. So glad I did. But I was really sad to not be with my dad after going to all the games with him. I was at the NFC Championship game with him. I did all those playoffs with him. So I was bummed. So I was like, if there's a chance we win this Super Bowl and I'm not home with my dad, I'm going to be pissed. Yeah. So I was glad to be there, but even though we lost.
That's great. I'll never forget where I was when I won the Super Bowl. I was with my ex-girlfriend, but at the time she was my girlfriend, and my grandmother. I had to stay with her because she had dementia. So it was me, her, and my girlfriend at the time. And I'll never forget that.
What a crew.
Me and my ex, great terms. Cool friend. I'm trying to have her on the show. We're just trying to work out our schedules. And then, truly, I'll never forget that. It was the 3 of us, and my grandma, was the definition of a ride or die. She had no idea what was going on. She barely...
She just happened to be there.
For sure. She didn't speak English. So, if she saw me excited, she was like, ah!
So cute.
It was great. We celebrated the Super Bowl win together, which was great. But yeah, that's going to stay in my memory forever. But I think the Eagles can make some noise this year. I think the Phillies are definitely going to make some noise this year.
I was going to say,
we're all ready.
If not the Eagles, the Phillies.
Yeah, for sure.
I just have a feeling about the Phillies this year.
The Sixers suck. That's for sure. The last pod I did was when we beat Miami for the play-in. I took some time off. I had to get some shit all situated. But With my guests, we were talking about how we felt in a good position. We can beat the Knicks, and then we could beat the winner of blah, blah, blah. We fucking lost to the Knicks, by the way. I don't know if the people know. We got our asses beat and outworked. That's all that was. Like, we didn't want to rebound, and we didn't want to play any defense, and the Knicks did, and that's why they advanced. And also, Joel was hurt, which is nothing new. So for the Sixers next season, I have no idea what they're going to do. I don't want to give Paul George a max contract because he's old. Paul George 3 years ago, absolutely give it to him because we'd be great. But he's old. I don't know what they're going to do. You got to re-sign Maxey. Got to bring Maxey back. What else are we going to do? So I don't know. I have no belief in the Sixers, but I agree. I'm going to just...
Honestly, I didn't even believe it. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't even sold this year with the playoffs because I remember watching not this loss to the Knicks last year. I was studying and he had always studying. But I moved my TV into the kitchen so I could watch while I was studying and had my computer set up and everything. And Joel had won MVP and it was we were so hyped, and then they just shit the bed, and I was devastated. Yep. And I was like, I could not get my hopes up again.
Typical. It was typical, though.
To be crushed. So, this year, I just didn't expect much, and I was not surprised.
I was convinced last year, honestly.
I was convinced last year. I was
we got James Harden. We got a killer. If Embiid can't play the fourth because he's a little tired, we got Harden. And that dude is the same. He's the same. He's got no heart. And he's just there for the paycheck. He can ball.
Wants the game to be over,
facts.
So he can go to the
strip club. That's it. See, I'm glad. She's on Twitter. She knows. That's what they say on Twitter. But Joel, he's just injury plagued. He can't help it. He had the most, the craziest highlight I've ever seen, where he threw it off the backboard and slammed it. And then as soon as he landed, he was like, oh, there goes my meniscus or whatever it was, the ACL. And then that was that. As soon as that happened, I was like, we're going to lose the series. And we did. So next year, I have no stock into the Sixers. I don't care what they do. And we'll go from there. But I wanted to double down. This year, I thought the roster was pretty decent. Tobias Harris sucks. That was never in question. But the rest of the... Please don't ever come back to the city unless you're visiting.
Don't even do that.
Brax, do a Ben Simmons where you're just oh, my back. And then not come on the travel. But I had faith in the roster. I thought we had a good roster this year. But... Again, if your star player is hurt, what are you going to do? Yeah. Fuck it. Anyway, I want to play a quick... Let's check the time. Because we're zooming and grooving. There you go. Yeah. I want to play a quick new segment. Oh. This is a new segment called Real or Fake. Oh. So I'm just going to give you some, and you're just going to say real or fake, okay?
Real or fake what?
We're going to say
here.
Oh,
gosh.
Okay, you ready? Number 1, Helen Keller.
That's so funny. Debatable, real.
Is it debatable?
People be saying Helen Keller's fake.
That's why I'm asking you. You're a very smart individual.
I think she's real.
So do I. Why would they? How could they?
I think there's a better chance that Avril Lavigne died and she has a body double than Helen Keller being fake. Because that Avril Lavigne stuff is...
She don't look the same.
She don't look the same. I'm sorry.
I've seen people age. You know what I mean? She just looks new.
There's something sus about that. She looks new.
Her name's not Avril, it's April. This is a totally different girl.
But yeah, Helen Keller, real.
So I agree. I had someone truly, not someone, multiple people try. Oh, she's looking at the camera. I Googled the picture, right? The first picture I clicked on, she's looking at the camera. Any other picture about her or of her, she's like, because she can't see. They're like, how did she write books? Braille is a thing. I don't know how Braille works. I'm not,
Yeah, I think that whatever her teacher's name wrote the letters in her hand or something. But how did she learn them? I don't know. I give her credit, but she was real.
I don't know too much about Helen. I never met her.
Me neither.
But I can't imagine that she's fake. I don't buy that shit. The same way I don't buy that the earth is fucking flat. There's no way. You ever been in an airplane? You see how you can see it curving down? People are so stupid, and they're always trying to be the outlier.
Yeah,
anyway.
They're trying to be the contrarian. They know something that nobody else does. And
just shut the fuck up, okay? How about that? That might be a little clip right there. Anyway, okay.
Period.
The moon landing in 1969.
Ooh. See, now I feel like that is a little more but
Which
I still think it's real.
Okay, I agree with that one. It's a little foggy. But again, I agree. I think it's real. I think it would have been harder to fake it than it would be to actually.
And to this point, to not have any concrete evidence that it's fake.
Especially in 1969. Technology is at a low. They could fake it. I think the video, fake.
Well, that's what I mean. I feel like the stuff is like their proof of it is all, but
Yeah.
I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. Like I really do buy like what people be selling to me for the most part.
She's gullible, folks.
But yeah, I could see how people would be a little more.
I think
But like even Stevens told us in the musical, we went to the moon in 1969, not 1968 or 67. Ren Stevens sang the song.
you just taught me something. I don't know who that is. Ren or Red?
Ren was her name. Was Louis Stevens'
excuse me.
sister in the show. But she sings a song. She like stands up and is like doing some kind of school report. But the song is like in my head all the time when anyone's talking about the moon landing. And that's how I know it was in 1969. Like I got that right in trivia one time because of Even Stevens. So shout out to the Disney Channel.
Do you want any more?
No, go for it.
Okay. I'm going to finish it off. Anywho.
This is really good wine though.
Thank you. Good. Great.
choice.
Shout out to Santa Margarita, you know? Okay.
It's not dry. Like it is good.
No, yeah, not at all. Not at all. I don't think there's... The only wine I know that I don't like off the top of my head is Zinfandel.
Like the red, not like white Zinfandel.
Is there a white Zinfandel?
Well, white Zinfandel is pink.
That's what... Okay, that I don't like. The pink
That tastes
Zinfandel I don't like.
That tastes like church wine.
I liked church wine.
Me too. I always used to say, like, I just want a wine that tastes like they got it at church. Like, I would always go up and get myself a little swig.
The blood of Christ. I'd be like, you know
Amen.
what? He did it for me.
And then be like, all right, give it back. Give it back, please.
I'll never forget it, my communion. They did it where I went to school, St. Francisco Brittany. We did it in size order. I was the shortest.
First one.
Always. I was the shortest until like my junior year of high school is when I hit my growth spurt. So I was the first one. I had my white suit on. I feel great. That fucking cup, I couldn't get it, right? So like it looks like I'm chugging, but like I went for a sip, so like I'm like this. But I'll never forget that. And I felt great. I felt like I was doing something that my Lord and Savior wanted me to do. And I was finally ready.
I would always hype myself up in the communion line. Like, am I going to go for the wine? Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? Like, what are people going to think? What are I going to do? I'm going to do it.
Post-COVID, I've never taken a sip. Just because I was in the healthcare field. I was in the pandemic. I was in a nursing home, and that's where like it was ravaged in the long-term facilities.
I give you credit working in long-term care, especially during that, because that is brutal.
I did it for 7 years.
Whew. I love old people. Like I definitely like old people medicine more, but that takes a special type of person.
It really does. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but
no, but seriously,
that shit was so much like taxing, like,
and especially doing right by those people, like
yes.
not cutting corners and not.
So I was the type of person where I always was like, this is somebody's mother, this is somebody's grandmother.
Yeah, I trust that you were like really good at your job.
I really was, because I didn't like when like they would get. Like I was almost always with dementia patients. So like they don't know the year, they don't know who the president is. So like when they don't know something, why are you meeting them with like resistance? Like you're supposed to read.
Yeah.
I always say you're supposed to redirect, not correct. So they'd say something stupid, I would just redirect them to another place. Now we're talking about a different topic. They already forgot about the last one.
I'm sorry. Back to the segment, real or fake.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. We were talking about
Redirect.
fucking. Yeah, thank you for redirecting
We're just
me.
having so
Okay,
much
you ready?
fun chatting and catching up. It's like our car chats.
Yeah, this is great. This is There's only two more. You ready? Soulmates. Totally random, right? We went from the moon landing to soulmates.
Right.
What do you think? Real or fake?
I'm 28 and single right now. I like to think my soulmate's out there. Maybe he's watching right now.
Maybe. I hope he is a subscriber.
Only if he's a subscriber.
Only.
He's going to be my soulmate.
Only.
I don't know. I feel like maybe not soulmates, but I feel like there are people like that you are meant to cross paths with. But I feel like there's multiple people and multiple lessons, multiple relationships that you're supposed to have. Like,
I'm not buying it. I don't buy it. The soulmate thing, I don't buy it. I think you meet who you're supposed to meet, and I don't know. I feel like that kind of contradicted myself when I just said that you meet who you're supposed to meet. Yeah, that was contradictive. My apologies. I don't believe in the soulmates. I just think like, you meet somebody and it works out, and if it doesn't, that's it.
Keep it moving.
That's right. Okay, last one. Love.
Real. But like I said, I think there's all different kinds of love. I love my friends. I love my family. Like I love helping people. Like there's lots of different kinds of love.
Yeah.
But I do believe that there is someone out there for me, maybe. But right now, my life is fulfilled with lots more different kinds of love.
My mom likes to say this thing in Italian. Col tutto pignata c'è un cubecchio, which means with every pan, there's a lid. And I like to say, I'm that pan that you bought at Ross that has no lid. You don't know where the lid is.
There is a lid somewhere, but it was like on the shelf, like on clearance rack, completely completely separate. Like your lid's up here, the pot's down here, like, and you'll eventually maybe find your way. Somebody pick it up at a garage sale, and then you get paired together. Somebody
went and bought just a lid because that's all they needed, and now my pan there's no lid. I'm gonna end this show with the way I like to end this show, and that is a segment that we call Riddles with Vito. So again, riddles. They don't have anything to do with your intelligence, because we all know you're a very smart, or excuse me, a dumb, smart bitch.
Period.
Those are your words, not mine. Okay, so you have some time. You don't have to right away. You give me anything that comes in your mind.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Who can finish a book without finishing a sentence?
An owl. That's the first thing that came to my head.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Who can see? Like I'm doing you a disservice.
Emphasis.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Who can? I guess because they're usually what. All these other ones are what. Okay. Who can finish a book without finishing a sentence? And while she's thinking, I'm gonna chug this glass because that's how my mama raised me.
As they say, it's always sunny. All things are possible through God. So jot that down.
That's true. That is true.
I really have no idea. Who can finish a book without finishing a sentence?
Who can finish a book without finishing a sentence? Any idea?
No. It's going to be dumb. And I'm going to be like...
No, it's okay. You giving up?
Yeah.
Who can finish a book without a sentence? A prisoner.
There we go.
That man's got 25 to life, but he's read like 8 books already. 8. Boom. That's it. Boom. That's it. Quick, simple, direct. That's what we like. Your glass is finished. My glass is finished. The bottle is finished. I had a great time.
I had a wonderful time. This was so fun.
Truly. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I hope the people listening and watching have done the same.
I hope I did you well as a guest on the 93rd episode.
93.
Vibrations with Vito.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So go to YouTube if you haven't already and press the subscribe button. It is free. Push it. Click, click, click. I'm also on Apple and Spotify and all Google Podcasts, all that other shit.
Wherever you get your podcast.
That's right. So, what is it? TDubbz holla on Twitter. She's a good follow. Do her a service, because I think you have like 2,000 followers. Let's make it 2.1 or something, Just go do her.
Move me up in the world,
That's right. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so good to see you.
Until next time. Ciao for now.
Bye.